All right, ladies and gentlemen, a lot to talk about with Jennifer Rubin of the Washington Post. Before we get to her, the U.S. Supreme Court has said today, just moments ago, that they will decide whether states can ban gay marriage. The court in a brief said it would hear the cases concerning marriage restrictions in Michigan, Kentucky, Ohio, and Tennessee. The ruling due by the end of June, and it'll determine whether 14 remaining states can ban gay marriage. We're coming back. Watch this first.
Kerry met Iranian Foreign Minister Mohammad Javad Zarif to discuss possible progress on Iran's disputed nuclear program. Asked if he hoped they could reach an agreement by July 1st, Zarif said, quote, "That's why we are here. We'll see." The sought-after agreement, whose deadline is now June 30th, would gradually end sanctions imposed on Iran in exchange for verifiable curbs on its uranium enrichment.
All right, folks, and Iran was a big topic of conversation at the press conference with Obama and Cameron earlier today. Joining us now is Jennifer Rubin, columnist and author of the Right Turn blog at the Washington Post. Hello, Jennifer.
Hi, nice to be here.
Good to talk to you. All right, let's go back to something that you wrote yesterday, how we're losing the war against Western civilization. And one of the things you cite, or one of the issues you cite certainly is the issue of Iran. And the president today doubling down, even if they pass legislation, with more sanctions on Iran, he'll veto them. And he just sees no evil when it comes to Iran.
That is absolutely right, Steve. And he seems to be negotiating and treating Congress the way the Iranian mullahs do. They're making the same argument. They're also saying, don't sanction us, we'll break up the talks if you do that. So he has now adopted the Iranian negotiating posture rather than using whatever leverage Congress can provide him to force a deal. But my fear is that we've already gone so far down the path that if at any moment the Iranians said, fine, we'll take what's on the table, it would be disastrous.
Absolutely. You're just absolutely on target. And maybe he identifies more with the Iranian regime than with Congress.
I would hope not. I think his problem, the most charitable explanation I can give for this, is that he simply never wants to confront any bad people. It would require that he divert energy and attention away from his magnificent domestic agenda, and it would essentially repudiate his worldview that America's problems in the world were all America's problems. If you can't make a deal with these people, or you can't do some kind of arrangement with them, well, it just must be our fault.
Right, and in a piece that you wrote yesterday also, you noted the Fox News poll results when it comes to fighting the war. We're doing our own poll here at Newsmax as well, but in that poll, 34% approve, 57% disapprove on how he's handling the war against jihadists.
Yes, I think the American people understand something he does not, and that is that these things are all pieces of the same puzzle. It is Islamic Jihad, whether it comes from the Shia segment in Tehran, whether it comes from their emissaries, Hamas and Hezbollah, whether it comes from the Sunni side, either Al-Qaeda or the Islamic State. It is all the same. It is based upon a fundamentalist view of Islam that essentially says, we have to destroy you guys. There's no conversion, there's just destruction. And that's the bottom line. It's becoming, I would say, laughable, but you really can't laugh at this point. Alarming, I think, is the word. The ends to which he will go to avoid recognizing this. And I think the American people do recognize it, and they're hungry for some leadership.
Absolutely. All right, let's talk about the Republicans. They announced that Joni Ernst will deliver the rebuttal to the State of the Union. You, from the column that you wrote this morning, and I think the 6 or 7 things that you list, 6, they're all positive. You like that choice? Yeah,
she really, I think, is a wonderful choice. It helps break down this barrier between the Tea Party people and the establishment people. It shows the party really is much more diverse. It shows someone who is sunny and charming and optimistic. It shows someone who does have foreign policy experience. She is a lieutenant colonel in the reserves now. I think it's an inspired choice, and I think she's the type of figure, along with other newcomers like Tom Cotton, Dan Sullivan, who can really provide a bridge between two generations, if you will, within the party.
All right, another piece that people should go to. There's going to be 5 more pieces today from you at the Right Turn blog at the Washington Post, but we didn't get to talk about Jeb Bush, Mitt Romney, and the 10 things that are most important for the GOP here in 2016, looking ahead. Next time, maybe. Thank you, Jennifer. Appreciate your time.
My pleasure.
All right, folks. We will be coming back. Up next, senior contributor at thefederalist.com and professor of philosophy at the University of St. Thomas, Rachel Liu, will join us. And she's written an interesting piece talking about what Islam has to do in order to survive. I kind of look at it the other way around. What do we have to do to fight the radical Islamists so that we could survive? It's next. Don't go away.